Hello everyone, good morning. Thank you for finding time and visiting today's webinar. I welcome you all to this webinar, API-led cloud transformation and legacy modernization. My name is Veerabhatran. I'm Global Alliances Manager at LTI. LTI pioneers in spearheading digital transformation initiatives and helps digitize the core, which is the core building block of a futuristic enterprise. And MuleSoft offers superior integration platform, which provides the much needed business agility in today's competitive business situation. In this pandemic times, businesses are digitizing the core at a rate much faster than ever by implementing API-led connectivity in their landscape. LTI and MuleSoft are strongly aligned to deliver transformational outcomes to our customers by leveraging our partnership and combined strengths. Um, our speakers for today, we have Mabruk Chowdhury, technical architect at MuleSoft. He has over 15 years of experience in solution design and software architecture. And we also have Anna Sahib Sunte, who is a lead architect at LTI. He has more than 2 decades of experience in solution design and architecture for complex business problems using a range of middleware technologies. Over the next 60 minutes, they'll take us through how API-led connectivity can modernize an enterprise legacy systems, accelerate its cloud journey, and discuss the potential benefits. Before I hand over a few key points, please feel free to post your questions in the chat window. We have an exclusive Q&A session towards the end where Mabruk and Sunte would answer all your questions. And during the session, you will see a couple of poll questions coming up in a tab right next to the chat window. Do look for them and provide your response. Once again, I welcome you all to the session. Over to you, Mabruk.
Thank you, Vera, and hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. So let us begin this session with briefly looking into the concept of APIs. What are APIs? APIs are short for Application Programming Interface and describes the connectivity interface or the contract to an application. They enable data and or capabilities to be made available between application parts, or systems that needs to honor that contract. Historically, these were mainly part of the programmer's toolbox to enable communication between software components or different systems. Everything we use has an API. They have changed the nature of innovation. Most applications are composed of existing APIs, not custom coded. Next slide, please. So according to the research firm Gartner, APIs has made it easier to integrate and connect people, places, and data. It has made easier to create new digital user experiences and share information. It has made it easier to authenticate people and things, and enable transactions and create new products or services. Modern APIs are building blocks that represent unique business capabilities like inventory data or order status that can be composed easily into a connected experience. They adhere to standards, commonly HTTP and REST, that are developer friendly and broadly understood. They should be treated like products or business capabilities rather than pieces. And they should be discoverable and accessible through self-service. APIs enable different teams across the organization to access data and digital capabilities while giving the IT the toolbox to manage and secure and scale them. Look into the next slide, please. So let's look into the monetization and economy of APIs. Composability of APIs allows organizations to go faster and be more productive than ever before. APIs are seen as business capabilities that enables your organization to move fast, be more agile, and unlock innovation across your organization. while maintaining security and control. The innovative capability of your organization on how you utilize API can be critical to your growth and sustainability. By API economy, we mean the way APIs can positively affect an organization's profitability. And data is the raw product that empowers or fuels this API economy. Organizations can monetize on APIs by unleashing their valuable resources or capabilities as new products or packaged solutions into different business channels that produce revenue or other measurable value through the help of APIs. Today, there are over several thousands of APIs that are publicly available for anyone to consume. Could we have a look at the first poll question, please? Okay, so the first poll question is: to what extent are integration challenges slowing or hindering digital transformation in an organization? You have the options there. I will give you a few seconds to read through. Let's see if we have. Okay, I think we can move on. The correct answer to this question is actually in the range of 81 to 90%. So, can we look into the next slide, please? Okay, so let's then look into how the APIfication or APIs are actually used and has been transformed the enterprise.
So thank you, Mabruk. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So whichever part of the world you are. So I am Anna Saib Sunte. So let's see. So what challenges the organizations are facing in digital transformation or APIfication. So most of the organizations today have multifold, many applications in the range of hundreds of thousands, and in one or the other way, organizations have integrated these applications either with the traditional ESBs, enterprise service bus, or point-to-point integrations. So as and when the requirements have come to them. So, but these are posing challenges in the new demand that is coming from business, and that demand is exponential in the nature. And traditionally, the IT team's capacity in organization is remains flat or just increases marginally year on year, and that with that capacity they are not able to meet these exponential demands from the business. The challenges the organization face today are organization challenges like the IT gap that is increasing yeah, day by day, and mm, and and this is in one hand, and in the other hand the customers so are the demanding the a seamless experience in through the different channels devices that are available in the market, and connecting these new devices and channels into the existing integration landscape or to the legacy applications is another big challenge with organizations. So new applications that are organizations acquiring or developing are so more are of SaaS and cloud based, and then again the traditional approach of integration don't have those native support or capability to connect them, and that is posing another challenge for organizations to in the transformation. So these the integrations that are built over the year, so they have built for the purpose. So there may not be orchestration layer or reusable the business process isn't there, and so touching them or modifying or to the transformation in the transformation journey is the risky, and organizations have finding it difficult to this missing orchestration layer in the existing landscape. uh, so when you need to have these services easily discoverable and centralized in a centralized place, these traditional approach have not uh, I mean, doesn't provide the centralized registry to register the services or easily find documentation or how to use those into a portal, and that is another challenge that organizations face today. So these integrations have been either in a bare metal or on-prem in a single server kind of things, and so these pose single point of failures, and this is again another challenge in exponentially increasing demands of the business, so where they are expanding to multiple regions and different time zones. So these another the challenge this enterprises facing today are the sluggish pace of change because of the uh, you know uh, the tools and technologies available in the traditional tool set or the frameworks and all. So we have to work with multiple tools and technologies, and that becomes difficult to build in a faster pace that the business is expecting. So can you move on to next slide? So before we see how can we solve these challenges, so let's see what is the conventional way of integrating the applications in an organization. So they try to unlock data from backend systems with custom connectors or custom touch points, and build the solutions and expose data to consumer applications like web app. And so though these kind of projects start and serve the purpose, like building it on time, so within the budget and meeting the current requirement, but however these have certain challenges or limitations like reusability, because they are built for the purpose, and they are tightly you know tightly coupled the business layer, and there is no or little scope for monetization. So again, when the new demands are the transform happens in the business, they may ask mobile application. So the project teams, so again the new project teams start all over again, building these new services, new connectivity, getting the required data from the same backend systems, maybe with the various reasons, because of the documentation or not available from the earlier the project, or the, the developers may not be there, or they don't want to touch it because it is working fine, and if they try to modify that, that may break, and so on and so forth. So this creates a duplicate of you know assets, and difficult to maintain and manage it, and this increases in operational cost so as well. So and this is no impacts in the no scalability in the digital transformation. So is there any way better way to do this? Yes. So we can see the new approach, so where so we can unlock the data from backend systems with system APIs. So the new tools and platforms provide so hundreds of native uh, connectors, so which can connect to these systems, and system APIs transform the data into canonical data model. And once we have this standardized data and simplified connectivity, so we can create critical business processes into process APIs. And finally, so we can build this specific APIs, experience APIs to consume by the consumer applications. So later when so this gives a huge benefit of reusability. So when the new demand comes for the mobile app, so we don't need again to connect with the backend systems, create new services there, or so we don't need to think even so what need to be changed in the process layer or the business logic. So what we need to do is just create a mobile API, which can be exposed to the mobile developers, which can consume these API and reuse all the assets. So these approach, so not only comes with a similar the benefits of on time within the budget and meeting the requirements of the current needs, but also creates a reusable assets and loosely coupling or decoupling these layers and makes it easily build new services and provides opportunity for monetization as well. So apart from this approach provides much more benefits like uh, uh, benefits like easy standard way of exposing APIs functionality and achieve the greater digital transformation goal. It is more strategic way and transparent way. Um, all these APIs can be monitored and controlled centrally and uniformly. So even later when we want to know upgrade any of the end systems, so we don't need to worry or make a changes in the experience or other layers, but just make a change in system API and that pushes the same canonical data model, so which is a super fast way. Other benefits of these approach are shared responsibility. System APIs are basically owned by central IT, and they become the enabler who acquires these backend systems and hold the key for the castle. Uh, and process APIs are basically owned by line of business IT, and they work with the business process team and business team and process team to collect a requirement and create a process APIs. And finally, uh, these the experience APIs are built consumers in mind, and they can serves different channels and uh, partners as well. So can we move on to next slide? So let's see how this API led architecture what are the different components and uh, how the good API led architecture need to have what kind of components. So at the bottom, so you see business function systems like so ERP, CRM, finance, HR, and so on and so forth. So these hold the data that organizations want to unlock and share with external and internal applications and external parties as well. And so apart from these different uh, departments in the organizations, they create or acquire of the self commercial products or build custom applications or database or past platforms. So at the top, you see consumer applications. So various channels and third-party applications are partners. So who want to access this data or functionality, and so below that you have a edge uh, that is the API gateway, which acts as a facade and provides a singular way of exposing or access to these data and functionalities that organization want to share. This API led or API gateway, so the other features of are the components in this API gateway that provides is the API management, so which helps in applying the policies across all the APIs in a standard way. SLA management, then contract management, API versioning, and traffic management in another component, which helps to request routing, limiting the rate limiting, throttling, exception handling, Again, these are the key components in an enterprise integration landscape. Uh, Security, API security is another key component where so you need to have comprehensive security. So when you want to expose data internally or externally, so it need to provide multi-layered approach, like foundational security, like compliances and all. uh, then the edge security, like applying policies at API level. Then data security, like tokenizing, token based access, or encrypting data, so using the tokenization and all. So apart from these, so when for the operation team, so it is very critical to have how to monitor, get alert from these, how to easily troubleshoot and fix the issues, to monitor the test functions, and getting the alerts are another the feature that so we need to have in these kind of landscape. So that is we can achieve with analytics and monitoring and analytics. uh, and when you have so many APIs or assets, so you need to have a portal to register these, and so which can help in easily discovering and using and promoting, so within and outside the organization. uh, so before I ask Mabruk to uh, tell us so how MuleSoft provides and helps to achieve these features, so can I request the new next poll? the this poll question is, what is the percentage of organizations that use APIs? Because more and more organizations are having these APIs, and so either they are building new products using the APIs, or integrating various applications, or modernizing their legacy landscape. So we can see few responses, and the answer is yeah, so correct, it is more than 80% organizations are using APIs now. So good, thank you. Can you move on to next slide? And over to you, Mabruk. So if you can throw some light how Anypoint platform is helping out to achieve this, or provide features to build this kind of API led architecture.
Okay, thank you, Sante. So, at MuleSoft, our vision is to be the engine for digital transformation. We are enabled to connect data from any system, no matter where it resides. And our platform helps our customers to achieve greater speed, agility, and innovation at scale. And the way we do that is through composability and empowering the enterprise through self service and relieving the burden of the central IT of your organization. The Anypen platform allows you to integrate data wherever it resides, whether it's on premise, cloud, or hybrid. It allows your developers, partners, customers to discover and reuse your APIs, and also to deliver the digital connected experience much faster. So let's now take a deeper look at the MuleSoft Endpoint platform, the product that enables the transformation for our customers. Could we go to the next slide, please? There are five major components of the Anypoint platform architecture. On the control plane side, we have Anypoint Designer and the Management Center, and on the runtime plane, we have the runtime services. The five major components are the Mule runtime engine and the services, and this is the core of our platform. It's easily configured and deployable anywhere. It's where your Mule applications or your APIs or integrations, so to say, run. Up on the top left, we have the Design Center. It includes a comprehensive tool for the business or the IT to help you develop your APIs and integration much faster and easier. We have Exchange, which is a marketplace for all APIs you build, your APIs, connectors, templates, best practices for you to use and share. It also includes several hundreds of pre-built assets from the MuleSoft ecosystem that you can use. We have the Management Center, which is a single place for you to manage, monitor your APIs, integration, and everything across the platform. So a single place to manage all your API lifecycle.
Mavruk, if you allow me to add few points here.
Yes, sure, Sundar.
Yeah, so MuleSoft Anypoint platforms has much richer features now. They are coming with it has come out with API, so composers that enable the business users to so build API specification APIs with no code, low code, uh, and it comes with other features like micro gateways, sidecar proxy, and service mesh. So with which you can manage and control non-API services as well uniformly across the organization. Yeah, go ahead,
Yes,
Mavruk.
that is correct, Sundar. So yeah, I mean the evolution of any platform has been already adapted to the changes in the outside world, so to say. So that's why I said that we are capable of connecting to any system wherever it resides and create a digital experience for the customers. And the security layers is enforces in everything we do. So we have a layer of protection to ensure data that is safeguarded at all times. If you look into the next slide, please. So as I said, this is the endpoint platform is a one product to support your full integration and API lifecycle. The lifecycle of an API follows the typical stages of the general software development lifecycle. And MuleSoft Anyone platform has components or specialized tools to help you go through each of the stages, from design, development, deployment, operation of your APIs. So if you look at design, we have the in the design center for you to drag and drop or write in code your API specifications. You can validate those API specifications before they are even being implemented. So you have the capability of mocking services, and you get the feedback from your stakeholders, internal stakeholders. And then you go about and create and implement those API specifications by using the Anypoint Studio, which also has a built-in runtime capability, so you can build and run locally on your machine, and you can test by using the unit or munit test capability, part of the Anypoint Studio. And then you deploy using the runtime manager or directly from your Anypoint Studio, and you have the fully operation and publication capability and management capability of your APIs, and all through a single application or single platform. If we can go to the next slide. So what are the benefits of using Infant platform? Why are we talking about this? We usually summarize this into four main things: accelerated delivery, automated security, resilient operations, and future-proof foundation. What does they mean? So if you look into accelerated delivery, most vendors focus on delivering the initial project, but we focus on how we can enable you as a customer to deliver faster on all your subsequent projects as well at an accelerated rate. And we do that through providing hundreds of out-of-the-box connectors, templates, accelerators, and APIs from our MuleSoft ecosystem. We have the Anypoint Exchange, which is a marketplace for you to reuse your assets that you have created. It is easily accessible and well documented, one place for all your APIs. And we follow an API-led approach to integration, as Sunt has explained. You can also use our web-based drag and drop tool to build your APIs and integrations. The automated security, we follow a zero trust model. So security is applied in all layers with out of the box capability. It's nothing that you need to turn on. The infrastructure has a strong compliance foundation with ISO 27001, SOC 1, SOC 2, PCI, DSS, and GDPR compliance. The platform allows you to configure virtual private cloud, VPN, firewall, and more. And then on the top layer, the API layer, you can even you can secure your APIs and integrations with several dozens of out-of-the-box policies for governance and performance. Configure individual or group policies for your integrations. You have automated policies. You can tokenize sensitive data and secure your data in transit and in motion with your own certificates. If you look into the resilient operations, the platform provides up to 99.99% uptime, auto scaling, automated failover, and you have a real-time visibility into the dependencies, application network, logs, operational business metrics, all through a single product, the Anypoint platform. Having full visibility into the application networks enables you to make an informed decision. If you have multiple tools for runtime operation monitoring, it will significantly increase the time it takes for you to identify and resolve these issues. But with a single source for monitoring, you can ensure the resilience of your operations by identifying and resolving much faster. So when we say that platform is future-proof for foundation, the platform is built for change. So we have, as I said, over a decade adapted to old and new technologies, architectures, and trends. Therefore, we are capable of enabling our customers to deploy anywhere, whether it's in cloud, on-premise, or both. And not only that you can deploy anywhere, you can also change your deployment target, such as moving from on-premise to cloud without having to redesign applications, which is a great capability. And finally, as mentioned before, we take an API-led approach to integration, which means that we make it easy for you to change your underlying systems, your system of records, without having any impact on other dependencies in your application network. Okay, so could we have a look at the next poll question, please? All right, so what percentage of a company's revenue is generated from APIs and API-related implementations today? I'll give you a few seconds to answer. Okay, I see there are a few answers that have come in, and the correct question answer is 61 to 70%, in the range of 61 to 70%. Okay, so over to you, Sunte.
So, thank you, Mabruk and Sunday, for the detailed insights on how API-led connectivity can help introduce simplified, standardized, and scalable integrations. So, if you can throw some light on a success story where LTI and MuleSoft have partnered together and delivered a transformational outcome through APIfication implementation.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So we worked with the LTI and MuleSoft. Worked with many the customers. So this is one of the customer in the European market. So he's a leading the debt management organization, and have a business in more than 11 countries. So here, we not just work as a vendor, but a partner, and to ensure that their the business objectives are met and we understand them clear right from the beginning in their transformation journey. So we involved here right at the assessment of the landscape, their integrations, applications, what are their current challenges, and what is their the goal, and what business objectives they want to achieve, so in this transformation journey. So we involved in detailed assessment with your frameworks and tools, and we identified so few of the key business challenges that are they facing today, and some of them are listed here, like complex p2p integrations where their custom built integrations were posing problem to the business needs and new demands of the market where they want to penetrate and build new products. Time to market is another challenge where their existing integration landscape was difficult to create new products or services from the integrations they have today. All these are on-premise integration systems, so which they built with a custom uh, technology and custom built integration. So anything that need to create new services or products, and build connect with the cloud services, they were having issues with security, data transferring, exchanging the data, and so it was not scalable because it is built for the purpose, and uh, the customer the transactions volumes are increasing day by day, so it is not feasible to scale with existing infrastructure, or and so they had no applications, lot of applications, and same applications with the different versions. When they uh, new upgrades comes and the underlying uh, the OS versions changed, so it was very difficult for them to upgrade them to keep up with the existing the business needs and expand it. So can you move on to next slide? So we, with the detailed analysis, we come up with a recommendation of API-led connectivity architecture. So wherein so it is easily unlock the data from their backend systems in a layered approach. So with a reusability in mind, created system layer, unlocking their data from the backend systems, and consolidated their the business logic processes into process layer, so which ensure that no reusability of the functions, and then finally experience layer where the consumer application different consumer applications can access same or different data from the backend systems through API gateway, so which provides a security, inbound policy, and adhering to the compliance at the organization level. So at the same time, so we ensure that so the operation team also has all the features that optimize the cost and increases the efficiency with using our uh, the common framework for logging, exception handling, monitoring, and alerting features where timely alerts and they can see so what is happening day to day basis in monitoring those integrations and applications, and tracking so transaction end to end, ensuring that uh, so where finding it troubleshooting and fixing it in a much faster way. Can you move on to next slide, please? So these are some of the implementation details. So we recommended them Cloud Hub integration platform, so which provides a unified integration platform. So we involved in setting up this platform with the foundational services, common services, along with the MuleSoft, and establishing the securities with dedicated load balancer, encryption of the data, applying the policies, and so on and so forth, and the digitizing the core, the consolidating all their many interfaces into common reusable with common business objects, canonical data models, and standardizing the data and interfaces, and experience transformation. So provided a specific experience APIs for various channels, and started with web application, then later uh, integrated their mobile apps and voice bot and chat bots so as well. Operation team, so to get the features like uh, centralized notifications, logging, monitoring. So this enables them to faster uh, identifying the issues and fixing, and it reduced the production issues significantly. So because of this tested and tried approach that we implemented there. So can you go to next slide to see how we enabled the organization. So the enterprise organization involved right from the beginning. We set up the best practice recommended by Mule, that C4E as a API governance, so which enabled them providing the common common object based common uh, objects based framework that enables to create a reusable assets right from the beginning, and makes it easy for creating new solution services or products much faster way. Predefined patterns rule book was created, so which enabled developers to build new services in a much faster way and cleaner way. Logging, aggregation, analytics, and alerting common frameworks, so which that just need to call and use it rather than building it every time when they create a new APIs. Security was applied across the layers in a standard way, so using the features of the platform. So policies for external and internal APIs, so ensuring access, secured access to each and every layers and APIs, and comprehensive document of the APIs is published in the portal and exchange, so that it can be easily discoverable and consumed both internal and external entities. Can you just go on to next slide to see what benefits this organization reaped? So with this approach and implementation, so we rolled out initially with 6 countries this SSP customer portal, and then later so because of this reusable assets that we created, they can save 40% cost in rolling out to the next 6 more countries. 60% faster to integrate applications, because they had every country had different debt management applications with different versions. Since the common frameworks were created, so it becomes much more easy to integrate in a faster way. 30% reduction in enhancing services, so with a plug and play features because of the consolidation in process layer. So with Cloud Hub platforms, which is managed by Mule, so the infrastructure is completely managed by MuleSoft. So and with a worker using the horizontal scalability, we are able to achieve this higher availability with 99.95%. Uh, Significant reduction in production tickets because of the stability it built with a time tested approach, and reusable assets that we created, because you don't need to create new services for the similar functionality. So testing time was reduced to ultimately the tickets were reduced, and this is one stop shop. All the integration requests were flowing through this C4E governance, and since this platform provides tools and tools for each and every stakeholders in the organization, right from business to developers to operational team to architects. So this becomes much more easy and optimized way of integrating new solutions or the new applications in the organization. So over to you, Veera, for any questions.
Yeah, thanks, Sante. Thank you. Yep. Uh, Please post your questions in the chat window if you have any. I already see some questions already posted, so probably we can take the first one Sunday. Um, so we have a question here. How was your customer's experience after going live with MuleSoft? How MuleSoft based solution impacted the customer's business?
So I can take this one. I mean, from MuleSoft, we not only deliver the technology in terms of any platform, but we also try to enable the customer organization and how to work with APIs. We have seen customer deliver projects 3 to 5 times faster than they used to after using the Anypan platform. We have had cases with large retail companies who have been capable of launching their complete e-commerce platform in only 4 months. And we have had, say, financial institutions who are struggling to integrate new technologies with their core legacy systems. And by using MuleSoft, they have saved 600 hours of employee time. And all this is possible because any platform is a single product to support the full API lifecycle. It has built-in support for discovery and reuse of APIs to accelerate your project delivery, and it's have built-in support for API-led approach to integration. So that is how it's capable of and how it has impacted the business.
Yeah, just to add to that, Mabruk's answer. So in this organization, so we involved the stakeholders from this organization right from the beginning and trained them for this product also, so that they appreciate and measure the KPIs and see how much benefits they are getting from this platform and implementation approach.
All right. Thank you, Mabruk. Thank you, Sante. The next question we have is it required to follow the all the three layered architect? I'm sorry. Is it required to follow the three layered architecture for all use cases?
Yeah, I can probably take that question, Mabruk. The answer is no. This is not you know, a hard and fast rule that you need to follow all three layers. So it is based on case by cases. So for example, so if you need to if there is no transformation logic, or there is no business logic, or there is no data enrichment required in between, so you want to know expose data so as it is from the your end system, then you just need to have system APIs and maybe experience APIs for specific channels. So let's say, so if you don't have any consumer applications, then you just need system layer and process layer of, for example, for your badge jobs and all. So even it goes beyond these three layers. For example, so if you have um, APIs from your end systems, standard APIs from your end systems, and then so still want to wrap all these things to make the standardizations, then you can have four layers that your end systems provides. So API, that is one layer, that is application API layer, and then system layer, and process and experience layer. So the answer is it is not hard and fast that you need to follow all these three layers. It is case by cases, depending on how so you want to integrate.
I can also add to just what Sunta said. I mean, you have to think of the responsibilities of the layered approach. As Sunta said, the system APIs are there to unlock the values, your business capabilities of your system of records. So that's why we need the system APIs to both abstract and protect your end systems and protect for any any unexpected changes. We have that layer that is the system APIs. And if you're in need of orchestrating data from different systems of records in creating business processes. Then we need to have this process layer or process layer APIs. Then for the experience APIs, it's about delivering those those values, and for for the different digital channels that you have, for the different experiences that you want to deliver. So that's what when you create the experience APIs. But there's also you don't need there might be cases where you have your system of records, but the only thing that you want to leverage is the let's say the monitoring or the security capability of any platform, in which case you could create something called an API proxy. So API proxy is a mule application that runs on independent platform, and that is there to only abstract your system of records. So you don't create an integration per se. You only create a layer in between the consumer and your system of records, and that layer is the API proxy. And by using that layer, you can then enforce policies, you can monitor your traffic to your system of record, etc. So you monitor the consumption, you monitor, and you also can apply authorization or authentication policies. You can apply throttling policies, etc. And you have not even created a real integration, just by using a layer to abstract your system of records when you want to utilize the full power of the independent platform. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Next
We
question,
have
if you
couple.
have.
Yeah, we have a couple more questions. The third question is, what are the advantages you see for MuleSoft over other iPaaS platforms? I think you've covered some aspects of the solution of this question in your presentation, but if you can highlight the advantages over other iPaaS platforms, that would be great.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, can I take that question, Mavruk?
Yes.
Then, right? Yeah, I just so I want to highlight key three features here. So why the MuleSoft stands out is, so this is the unified platform, like the features we talked about. It provides the tools for all stakeholders for full API lifecycle management, right from the business users for designing specification, developers to build and test. So with low code, no code, and so with both design center and API endpoint studio IDE. DevOps team to integrate with widely used CI/CD tools and processes, and so operation team, so with monitoring, visualizer, alerting, analytics, and so on and so forth, and C4E governance team to see that so API consumption analytics through analytics tools. The second point is though the variety of deployment options. It comes with like fully cloud with API cloud hub on premise for the higher data security. So hybrid and RTF with containerized deployments. And third point is latest features like API composer, service mesh for not only managing APIs built so through this platform, but not non-API, non-standard APIs as well, so that it makes organizations to have a standardized policies and features applied across the
Yeah.
consumption layer.
Yeah. I also want to add, as you said, it's kind of build once, run anywhere kind of model. So we have customers who have, for build their integrations on Mule runtimes on their on premises, but then they have, strategical plan to move everything to cloud. And it has been very simple for them just to take their Mule application and deploy them to the cloud hub instead, without having barely any code changes. So that's a great benefit. You don't need to change anything of your of your application. It runs as usual. And the other thing that I just want to add is that you have full visibility through one tool, the independent platform, of your complete application network. Yeah.
Okay. Um, I think we are about time, so maybe we can take one last question. How can we differentiate API gateway and API management in MuleSoft? Don't know if you want to address this. Who between you want to address this?
Okay, so I can so go ahead. API gateway is it's a component which comes with the various other subcomponents like traffic management, your API security, and so on and so forth. So to control authentication, routing, rate limiting, throttling, exception handling, and the various layers of security. Whereas API management is one of the component which will help in enforcing the policies, SLA, the contract management, and worsening. Hope that answers the question. So anything that you want to add, Samabro?
I mean, it's what you said. It's API gateway is part of the Mule runtime. It helps to abstract and protect the backend API. It is also where your policies are enforced. The policies that you can create and manage from the API management, the API manager tool, part of the Anypoint platform. So API manager, briefly about that, it's a component where you can configure your non-functional requirements. So you can manage those outside of the application without having to build them in as part of the application. So it makes it easier to change your NFRs depending on your requirement over the years. So you can manage and add or remove or configure your NFRs from the API management API manager capability, and those policies are enforced in the API gateway, which is the part of the Mule runtime for each application. All right.
All right, I think we are about time. So, if there are any other questions that have come, we'll respond over email. Um, so, I hope you all enjoyed this session. I thank you once again for taking out the time on the morning to attend the session. Wish you all a very good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and so have a good day.